Should anything happen, APC Abihachi in 2027, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu are the president of Nigeria. The reality that Nigerians are going to experience is beyond imagination. It's beyond what you can sit down and phantom with your brains. But trust me, it's not going to be a palatable scenario. Trust me. So, in a world of this kind, in 21st century, particularly 2026, we have our first lady coming out to tell the citizens, or tell, call advice, call sympathize, call, how do I put it? In her own way, in her own motherly manner, because Nadia Mama she be, in her own motherly manner, what she can say with regards to salvaging the situation of the country, what citizens can engage in so that they can make ends meet. What to fry AKARA. Let's not be Ramneku too much. Let's watch this video.
We're trying to give hope, and to start AKARA business doesn't take a lot of money. To start roasting corn, or somebody even said about grant. You see, they're saying that kuli doesn't take much. We didn't give them a loan. We gave it to them as a grant. So we've encouraged Nigerians as best as we could. What is within our hands, I have given, and I keep giving, and those are the things we've done. I remember giving for TB, when I heard there's so much TB cases, I gave 2 billion. To breast cancer, I gave 1 billion. To food malnutrition, I gave 500 million. So those are the things we've been doing, and making sure we can make sure that whatever this government is trying to do, that it will see the light of the day. So in agric we've done, in social investment we have, in education we've given a little bit of scholarship, ICT training, and with NIDA. So, and all those are things, and we are still open, still want to do more.
I can't keep listening to this thing. Hold on. I'm imagining Michelle Obama, the wife of the former president of America. At least I watched her, public address a couple of times. I watched her speak to different fora, different audience, at different times. You bad as you bad. Michelle Obama, I'm just imagining, telling Americans, you can engage in making jacky potatoes. You can engage in making sandwiches. You can engage in making cheese bakes. How about onion pie? You can. Jesus, these people are winding up Nigeria. I'll wind Wala up. And I'm we are tidying up. When we were younger, there's this also. If you don't understand Igbo, my apologies. And I way to also okay, really that time akuchi bell for people to return to their classes. No beam. Imagine no beam. They are winding up. They are winding up. They are rounding up the Nigeria. I got no here one day. A set of people are batana the country. Why they send them to shift to where and there the country. Jesus, in the midst of the hardship citizens are passing through, in the midst of the mayhem that has become the reality of an average Nigerian, everybody, minus those that are feeding from the crumbs from the tables of the political class, people that are obtaining means of their livelihood from the whole political sector. Everybody who is doing business in Nigeria now, who is the civil servant that is smiling home at the end of every month? Who is the person? The mother figure is not talking about the reality of the Nigerian society, or even explain to us this is what is happening. I understand that there's hunger in the land. I understand that people's salaries, cannot, meet up with their expenses on a monthly basis, on a daily basis, on an annual basis. Please, this is at least that this is what we are doing. Tell us the usual story of it will start showing soon. A raw boy on the faces of citizens of Nigeria. People are making money from kwili frying Jesus. On a go akwa. Wanachi anyochi. When they say that President Tinubu is a master strategist, that's my president now, where I can't deny him now. Also a master strategist. We felt it was a joke. I feel no a joke. That brings me back to, a statement I'll make at some point when he was campaigning. Watch this video.
To recruit from the youths who are unemployed, 33%
unemployed youths. So what are we going to do to these unemployed youths? Listen, what are we going to do? What? Elehage made the youths.
Recruit them 50 million youths into the army. Take away from their recruitment source. What do we eat?
What do
cassava?
Yes.
Agbado?
Yes.
Corn?
Yes.
In the morning?
Yes.
Yam in the afternoon?
Yes.
It's growing here.
Yes.
You create demand and consumption.
Good. Master strategist. So these teeming unemployed youths that somebody studied microbiology are out. There is no research center. Research. Who is interested? We are. Let me be there. The person they unemployed or no POS. Somebody I go to history and international studies. Nowhere to. Somebody I go to economics, banking and we're done. Both from the government established organizations, private and we're so you see people doing POS business, charging of batteries and all those things. Little. Good. So instead of leaving them unemployed, classically, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during this time, I think this should be in 2022 or 2021, also recruit them into the army. Mind you, he's creating a dispensation that we should start looking at, because this is the pattern or the pathway of his proposed economic prowess. So when you recruit them into the army, these military men and women, we need to eat. So what are you going to eat? Cassava, agbado, all those things, Are you getting it? So he puts a demand on the farmers to go in and do what? And farm more, cultivate more, produce more, because people who are in the armed forces, who are going to defend the country, who will take upon the responsibility of defending, the Nigerian society, the Nigerian nation, the Nigerian people. So they will need to eat. Okay, follow me carefully. So the farmers will now go in to cultivate. So on grounds of after cultivating, this produce into the market. This produce put into the market will need to be refined, because they will not only need to eat cassava in the morning. Yeah, alternatives. So wife of the president is now saying, can we now engage into the act of processing, refining these raw materials that the farmers have, refine is here. So in a bankers nata, bank managers nata, in a they go to that have money in all their pockets, because the economy is booming. Money is everywhere. In a people nata. There is a demand for AKARA, because the farmers, their farms are safe. They can cultivate as much as possible. They can go into the interiors, into the thick bushes, the well fertilized, very, very fertile soil that can manufacture anything manufacturable. There's no security threat. The government has produced security even in the thick forest that it's not a problem. Just go as far as your eyes can see, cultivate, produce food for the nation. So children are going to school. School is going on very, very well. They need energy, they need glucose to ensure that the energy needs and demands with regards to the academic prowess is also met. So AKARA, so produce, refine. I'm using this opportunity to still what is your all-round construct as a human being? What are you made up of to be very comfortable, supporting, advocating? I know it's your constitutional right, I understand. But on grounds of humanity, we've lost more lives than any other administration since the history of Nigeria has witnessed. On grounds of democracy, Nigeria is not officially at war. I want to ask, Onye defend this government, giving reasons more than one why it is only important, it is only mandatory and compulsory that this government gets re-elected. What is the construct of your mind? Go to watch it. How? This is a national disgrace, international embarrassment, a societal quagmire. Oh, is that bad? Citizens are suffering. The people that have your mandate to be able to ensure that your lives are bettered, you have a quality of life that can be attributed to the average, barest minimum at home, or below the bar. You are still lazy. Who has money to buy akara? How much is groundnut oil today? How much is the beans? Who has money to buy? It's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. Nigeria needs to be liberated. All the very, very important. At this point, even for close people that will ask me, why are you speaking? You have to speak, because if today we are talking about a scenario, a reality whereby Buhari is a saint. No, if we are living in a reality where President Muhammadu Buhari is a saint, you trace back. I was very young. I was a little boy when President Obasanjo was the president of Nigeria. I was very young then. Primary school as much as I can remember. I can still remember people arguing, people quarreling that the cost of fuel prices is high. Yeah, at the time I know some of these songs fell agro. You know, they did against the government. It was resonating in our heads that the future got come. If we show the Gen Zs, the Gen Zs, if we tell them that everywhere fuel 65 naira, in where Tiger Gen with 200 naira, Gen gas so comfortably. Everywhere we with 200 naira guy, you will cook a pot of soup that is reasonable. When essentials inside it that will stand the test of time, that will be appreciated by the members of your family for multi-days. With 200 naira, you will not be making sense. Today, somebody change 20 naira is an job for what? What can 5 naira buy? But it's our currency. What can 15 naira buy? Let 15 naira gas later. Absolutely, not even one ball of the AKARA. But every we ground to 15 naira, we continue. We are around Wala up. The around Wala up. Everybody, Nigeria is bleeding. Nigeria is in anguish. Nigeria is suffering. Nigeria is suffering. Let's tell ourselves the truth. I am a supporter of Peter Obi. I am a supporter of Mr. Peter Obi. From every indication, this may be Peter Obi's last political outing. This may be his last political outing. He may not be featuring again. He's not that desperate. From every indication. The thing is, if we miss this opportunity, can I create a change in our society? Create a new narrative that subsequent leaders must be forced to follow or must be forced to reckon on or reckon with. If we miss this opportunity, this is what we have succeeded in doing. Nigeria, we have it in history that an era passed when a man that till date, EFCC, has nothing on him. ICPC has nothing on him. No faults in his educational history. No queries on his societal background. No allegations whatsoever that can be proved, or a level of evidence from international perspective and even local, nothing. A man that told you, go and verify. This is what I've done before. And nobody has proof to come out till date until tomorrow to be able to accuse him. Remember, if P2B is an individual when recom on grounds of corruption, he will be behind bars long before anybody you can mention. He will. If we miss this time of getting him in power, establish a change. This era gafe, something heavy will go into history. And it will not be to his own detriment. I mean, Mr. P2B. Because on the long run, the man has nothing to lose on personal grounds. Look at President Muhammadu Buhari of blessed memory. Became president in 2015. Imagine on 2015. 2015. In 2025 for last year, one had 10 years. So this year, one had 11 years. As at this year, one got 11 years. What can you say, or how can you describe a constructive trajectory of this child's development and growth in the Nigerian society? What can you say is positive, or what can you describe as a positive trend that has been dwelling in this child's psyche on grounds of security, on grounds of economic advancement, on grounds of anything at all that will gear up that spirit of patriotism in that child? I mean, you are describing a child, I'm in 2015, got 11 years this year. You are describing the 10 years from last year. Get Korea that for the 10 years of your life, every absence of insecurity, every absence of hunger, abject poverty, lack of quality health care, the one that are available, adequate, affordable. I pity the next generation. The next, anyone, we are used to it. AML adapt. This is to the conscience of every individual neighbor has. P2B mekwere so whatever Tinubu is the right man for the job. Right man for Guinea. Right man for Guinea. We are winding up. Winding up.